morning, everyone. Welcome to the Big Sky Country here. We're at Bynum Reservoir in Montana. The Rocky Mountain front is our backdrop. Looks like we've got enough water on the ramp, so let's put the boat in and let's go fishing.
I'm ready.
All right, Matt, I'm ready too, and looks like the dogs are ready, so boy, what an amazing morning this is. Hope we can find some fish. Come on, Duke. One of the things we're going to do today is I purchased some crayfish traps. There's crayfish throughout Montana in the rivers, in the reservoirs, in the lakes. So we're going to see if we can rustle up a few of those little critters. I've got some cat food to start off. We'll punch some holes in the can, put it in. At the end of the day, we'll come back and we'll see what's in them. We're probably down at least about 10, 12 feet from full pool. My fish finder is saying we're 20 feet deep, but on my Navionics map, it says like 29, 30 feet. This is a fishery you have to hit early in the season if you're going to use a big boat, because that boat launch is going to be high and dry in about another month or so. The reservoir has a variety of fish in it: walleye, perch, brown trout, rainbow trout.
All right, we found a spot about 20, 25 feet, nice flat, nice calm water. Have a pretty simple jig. Gonna throw a leech on there, cast it out, jig the bait back, and see what we can find.
We switched over to bottom bouncers. It's a big lake and we want to cover more territory. And we're starting the day off with a perch. It's not bad. That's going to go in the bucket. Of course, walleye are a member of the perch family, and these fillet up really nice.
Got a bite? Just try and check the bottom on my bottom bouncer, and we got a nice perch here also. All right, that's 2 fish in the boat. We'll be back with more.
That's not a bad perch. It's caught on a Max Wally Popper. Bynum has an interesting history on walleye. The reservoir was originally stocked by Montana Fisheries, and they stopped stocking the lake because there wasn't a real good survival rate. This is not a super deep lake reservoir. And after they stopped, some bucket biologists came along and put walleye back in here, and it actually took off and was reproducing fish. That was back in 2014. Department of Fisheries revisited walleye here in this reservoir. In the last couple of years, they've been stocking 50,000 walleye into the lake each year. We obviously recommend that you leave the fishery management to Montana Fisheries and Parks. You and I are not qualified for being fish biologists, so don't do that. Well, sometimes, woo, sometimes you don't get the walleye, you get a beautiful trout. Holy cow. That's a big fish. That is a big fish on the end of the line. Did you see that jump? That was crazy. There he is. That's a big fish. You never know what you're going to catch out here on these reservoirs in Montana. And I could count on one hand how many boats there are. Could actually count on one finger how many boats there are today. Us. Wow, look at that fish. God, that's a big sucker. Murphy's all excited.
He's always excited to go fishing. How's the fight?
Oh, it's crazy. Look at that thing. It looks, oh, that is a giant, that is one giant fish. Wow. Beautiful rainbow. So I got this net rigger, which is really nice because it keeps that net from, see how it releases when the fish goes in? It keeps the net from knocking the fish off. Wow. This is amazing. This is just an incredible fish. It's fish like this that make it worthwhile coming out. Beautiful. Wild fish, they're all wild out here. Well, no, I take that back. Beautiful fish. They do stock this lake, but there's also natural reproduction. Let's take a look and see how big this guy is. "19.5 inches. Look at that. Bynum Reservoir on the Rocky Mountain front. That's what you come out here for. Wow.
Okay, so I consider myself kind of a average to below average fly fisherman. And so the thing that we were talking about, I feel like sometimes I get some slack in the line if I'm not reeling or that fish is kind of just swimming around. So can you coach me up on what that looks like and why I need to not be so worried with that slack feeling?
Yeah, you bet. So with a fly rod, and we're fishing mostly barbless flies, if you get slack in that system, they can just pop off, eating caddis. What I do with the fly rod is my arm is part of the fight, not just the rod. So when I'm holding, I'll hold that rod here. So when I'm holding that rod, I'd like to be somewhere in here. So that gives me room if they surge, if they go to take off, I have my hand off the reel, I can give them my arm. And if I need to, if I have a small fly on and they really go, I will lower that rod slightly. I don't flat rod it, but I'll just give them that rod and let that drag start to engage. Then conversely, if they start coming at me and I'm here, I can lift up and gain back on the reel and do that. And if I need to, that buys me some time to do that. The goal is you just want that rod to have that smooth bend the whole time. If it's at the same bend the whole time, we should keep that hook in and allow that fish to head shake, surge, come at us, and just using my arm. A lot of people, when they go, they just hold it, especially if they fish multiple ways, like with spinning rod and casting gear. They're used to just holding that rod here and letting the reel and drag do it, holding that line or holding the reel on the handle of the reel, and you just want to wave goodbye to that fish. They surge, you give them your arm. I'm moving around a lot more than just standing here like a statue. I can angle the fish one way or the other, but I still want that same curve in there the whole time. And I'll do this little experiment because this is pretty educational. I don't know if you can get it on video, but go ahead and grab that line there and walk back here with Mike. I'm gonna bend this rod, just grab the leader right the leader right there. Okay, so I'm gonna bend that rod. How much pull do you feel?
A little bit.
How about now?
Not as much, but
not
still
much.
There.
So when that rod looks like that, there's not much holding that hook in there. So you want that rod just smoothly bent like that, and I can pull the fish to the left or the right or up. With the weeds, I want to keep that rod up and keep it high, and then I can do this if they take off. So that's how you can keep a small fly and a big fish with a fly rod. There's just not that much pull to it. But when I flat rod it, now you're feeling a lot more pull, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you have to be careful with small flies, doing what we call flat rod or low rod. And that's how you keep a hook in a fish. And then sometimes they just win.
We started out here in the middle of the reservoir. We got some perch, nice perch. We got this beautiful trout. We're gonna move. We want to try to see if we can find some of those walleye. So I think we're gonna run over to the earthen dam, and there's a lot of rocky areas there, and maybe we can rustle something up. We'll keep going with the bottom bouncers. Spot number 2, ready to go.
Three in a row. Here's number 4. Might as well bring all the lines in with fish. Another perch. Takes about 8 or 10 on the day. We'll let them go back. So the reservoir here is just off of Bynum Reservoir. Driving in, cool opportunity to see a little dinosaur museum. They found a lot of fossils in this area. There's some sapphire or emerald mineral kind of museum people can check out. Always fun to see what's in the little towns as you drive by to go check out new hunting or fishing spots.
We've got some lightning flashes. It's time to call it a day, get off this reservoir. Being in an aluminum boat and lightning do not go together. It was a bit of a tough fight for the walleye. Didn't find any today, but we got some nice perch. We got that beautiful rainbow. We're gonna go check those crayfish pots and get off this reservoir, so stay tuned.
See what we got. Woohoo!
Look at that.
All right.
That's a big one.
Crawdad dinner.
Well, the crayfishing was about as tough as the fishing was today. We got a few of these guys. Gonna take them home and have a little crayfish dinner. Bynum Reservoir out here in central Montana. What a beautiful place. Totally secluded. If you ever get the chance to come out here, there's some big fish in here, as that rainbow will attest. Good morning, everyone. We're coming to you from Upper Holter Lake here at the gates of the mountains. Matt and I are with our dogs Duke and Murphy. We're going to be fishing for rainbows and walleye today, so stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. There's a nice little flats area here, and we're going to run the flats along the shoreline for some walleye. When we get to the gates, we'll probably go back to jigging.
Hey, lots of action.
Another big
Switch
fish.
that planer board. And here's another one.
Oh, he's still on.
Yeah, he's still on there.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah,
big fish.
He's pulling pretty good. We haven't seen him surface here yet, but he's definitely pulling pretty good. We're about 13 feet deep, and oh, it's
Okay, got it. Holy crap. I need a bigger net. Oh, you have to switch cameraman and netter. Because look at the size of this rainbow trout. This is just unbelievable.
wow. Might have been the one on camera netting it, but that was my fish. You saw me there. Got to take the credit. Monster trout. Humongous trout, Holter. We'll let him go back to bigger and better things. There's a lot of historical significance in this area. Lewis and Clark, we talked about, voyaged through this canyon, and in a lot of these rock faces here, there are Native American paintings and depictions. If you follow the river up north to Great Falls, there's Buffalo Jump State Park, which some of these paintings in the cliff faces allude to. It sounds like there's still some uncertainty on how or what the symbols mean, but the estimation or guess is that there are markers in there that determine how many days trip it would take someone to reach there. So really cool, really interesting features of this part of the state that we're in.
This is one of several campgrounds that are stretched between Upper and Lower Holter Lake. It's a 5-10 minute boat ride from the launch, or it's a 15-mile hike into the spot. So whichever you choose, it's a beautiful place to stay overnight. Never miss an opportunity to fish.
Hey, we just had one literally jump 2 seconds and then slams my rod here. And he is pulling, and there he is. Oh, he's running.
That's a nice fish.
This is a great fish. Another nice, big, healthy rainbow. They have just been hitting hard. They've been hitting great style. And that's how it's done. You come out, enjoy the outdoors, and hit big fish. Monster, jigged up on that beautiful orange sonic bait fish. Lovely, awesome. Great fish, great fight. Totally enamored by this. This is amazing.
Fish on the planer board. This is a nice fish, whatever it is. Putting plugs out here. Just seemed like a pluggy spot. Whew. Nice fish. I don't think this is a rainbow either. It does not feel like it. So I was talking to the launch person. They said someone got a 25-pound pike out of here the other day, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was a big old pike. Putting up a heck of a fight here. This fish is putting up a nice battle. Solid head shakes. Not a trout for sure. What a fight. Oh, look at that. That is a pig. That is a pig. Yeah, that's a big old brown trout. Yep. That hook came out in the net. Look at that beautiful brown trout. That fish is gonna go back. We're not gonna be keeping trophy browns. Let those guys go back and get bigger. Swim fish. He's good, and away he goes. We got some nice fish today. I got that beautiful brown, and Matt got that massive rainbow, and then another nice rainbow after that. We couldn't find the walleye, but that's okay. I'll take big giant trout any day. The sonic bait fish, that was the hot ticket today. I love the casting and the action when you retrieve these, and obviously the trout do too. So till next time, we'll see you guys on the water.